electronics than being the brother of another mother.
Right on.
All right.
Right on, so you don't be left off.
Yeah. Now, who could that possibly be? Who could that possibly be?
The Horn
the
Dog.
only.
Spotlight Lou Rawls, y'all. He's the best of them all, y'all.
And the man.
I'm laying the sounds on your head, and you better pick up on it.
That's right. And way over to right yonder, right is the man with the master plan, always ready to go for you, my lady. It's David Shark Freilich. Oh.
Yay!
Oh, no, please. I'll give you 3 hours to stop that some more.
And yours truly here, Jesse T, the Brown Beauty's on duty. Oh. Whoa,
Big
man.
dog.
Hoorah, hoorah.
Sounds like something you did in the bathroom before the show.
Big
Oh.
dog?
Well, I don't know. Maybe. Hey, where's Michelangelo? The man with the master tan. The man with the big tan and the big teeth.
Where is he?
He's working on the Kiki Mobile set today doing a TV show.
Wow, good for
Yeah,
him.
so all right, Michelangelo, we love you. We miss you. We wish you were with us right now, but you are in kindred spirits with us, I know. So it is time for the Jesse T Show, Roundup, Wound Up. We do it every Wednesday right here from 5 to 6. We're going to launch it right now, get into the issues of the day. We are going to have a special guest, so he's going to be calling an actor, friend of mine, and he did a sci-fi series for about 6 years on primetime TV. Had 2 Emmy nominations, I believe it was, and it was the name of the series was about aliens were taking over the world in the mid '90s. I'll get to the name in a second, but we're going to bring on Robert Leeshock. Robert Leeshock is going to be checking in.
Big
with us.
Rob.
Yay, Robbie. Yay, Robbie.
And so we're going to call him out here. There he is right there. Is that his phone number? I got to find his phone number. Lee, where's his phone number? What are you eating over there, man?
Some delicious leftover thanks turkey pecan pie.
Oh, you got that southern pecan pie happening.
I'm going to talk in the draw for a little bit just to let y'all know I'm from around down there.
Sounds like you had lots of moonshining, right?
No, we're just born this way. It's a gift.
It's a gift. So what do y'all do out there in the forest when the hot
Ain't
summer
the
day?
forest, it's the woods.
It's a wood?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do
And
some hunting, some fishing, some camping, some deep sea drinking.
what's the deep sea drinking?
We bring a cooler full of you know what, and when it starts floating, it's time for it. Get that keg up high.
Oh, you
Ain't got no water line on it.
Yeah, you just dive deep, don't you?
Oh, I like to sink them hookers too
Oh yeah.
for
Yeah.
fishing.
Yeah.
What were you all thinking?
Y'all like fly fishing or you like stick fishing?
Well, you remember that saying, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
We go out in the woods, it's sink, you line hooker.
Holy moly.
Oh my goodness gracious, we got the Southern boy. The Southern boy has infiltrated Southern California. That's right. Oh my.
Right.
I'm feeling
Tide.
very eclectic tonight. I'm going to give you like 11 or maybe a full dozen or a baker's dozen accents throughout the evening if you guys can bear with me.
Oh, you remind me of the prince and his new princess who are going to get married soon.
I'm related to Lady Di through my second great uncle, Sir Charles Spencer, who's Lady Di's father.
Can you give us any secrets about what really happened on that highway?
Oh, let me guess. Someone didn't want someone else to get married to someone, so they had an unfortunate accident, if you will.
Yes, they went from 0 to 150 in about 25 seconds.
And got smashed off with a professional driver bodyguard, and the rest is up in flames.
And they just recently broke up all the jewelry. Everybody's getting all her jewelry, all the sons.
Lady Di was a bomb.
She was it.
And the new, I guess, queen-to-be.
Yeah, her name is Megan, I believe. I don't have the last name. I'll pick it up. right
Merkel,
here.
I think.
Merkel. No, that's Merkel from Germany.
Oh.
We don't want Merkel being the queen. No, sir. Hey, let's jump into this right now. We got some things to talk about today. And one of the things I want to talk about real quick and knock it off right off the bat is Matt Lawler getting his butt fired, his ass fired this morning. And Dan the man, you got some secret information, the kind of stuff he was pulling out of his drawers and stuff. What was he doing, Dan?
He was flashing. He was giving inappropriate sex objects to someone
Or was he using
with a note.
what, big
I don't know if
dildos?
it
Or
was
was
one
it dildos or what?
I don't know if it was
Vibrators?
one or two-headed. And he was making obscene remarks, supposedly, all allegedly, but it looks like it could be true.
And right before we went on the air right now, 4 more women have come forward.
There you go.
What's going on with this stuff? You know, I look at this, first off, the larger group of men are men of power. The larger group of men are men that are going after women that don't have the power or in a lesser position and want to excel in their careers. The larger group of these men are all old Jewish guys, it seems like.
All of them?
Well, a lot of them are.
A lot of them, thank you.
And they have extreme power, and they're all, out of weight with furry faces and going bald. What is it? When you get to a certain age in Hollywood, does some DNA gene click off where you have to answer doors in robes like Charlie Rose and walk around naked after you get out of the shower everywhere and expose yourself to everybody? What is this thing, man?
I think it's has a similar parallel to the woman that baits the guy, and she'll never look better than the day that they walk down the aisle and get married. And then once she sets her hooks in them, she doesn't have to work out and take care of herself and put on the makeup and blah, blah, blah. And she sits around and eats ice cream and has kids and doesn't work out and gets fat. And, oh, my God, well, I already got my Prince Charming. But he has to live up to his expectations of paying the bills and the schools and the medical and the car and the house note and this and that, but she doesn't. So let me ask you that. Why do you think, Dan the man?
Well, I can't really answer that because I'm a failure in marriage. And once the honeymoon was over, she was no longer a team player.
Isn't that sad?
Yes.
You want to elaborate on that a little?
I'm like sad sack. Once the honeymoon was over, no more sex.
Why is it that women do that?
They had a
But they do
perpetual headache.
everything else up until the time you put the ring on the finger in front of the preacher. What's up?
Hey, man, it's called having a prenuptial agreement. Yes, you better have one.
Some of
Otherwise-
those don't even stand up in court.
Well, you better have a good prenuptial lawyer that understands that stuff, and that's his niche. Otherwise, you're in trouble.
I got an organ transplant, but my hand rejected it.
I like donating my organ. Did I say that out loud?
Lisa
Damn.
French is on. Lisa French, maybe you can answer the question, Lisa. Why do women want to allow people to expose themselves to them? Why do ladies put themselves in this position to allow themselves to be around creatures like Wienerstein and even guys do that too? Is it just because they want the power, or they want the clout, or they want to be the superstar? I mean, isn't there more to life than that? Lisa, can you answer that? Donna Tamara Trench is on. She said she's yelled at the mayor today. Oh, she yelled at the mayor today. She called him a worthless piece of.
Good for her.
Yeah, well, we know about the mayor.
It's
Who
called
else is
freedom
checking
of
him?
speech, right?
Yeah,
Do
it
we
is.
still have that in this country?
Bridget's on. Bridget.
Hi, Bridget.
She's here. Norma Sanchez is here. And Christopher John Livermore's here. Rufus Black. I like that name. Rufus Black. That's Rufus. I like Rufus.
Where's Rufus from?
Where are you from, Rufus? Why don't you give us a call, 424-227-9461. Did I get the number right? Thank you very much. Okay.
I think a lot of Hollywood, especially the women and probably some of the men, want to work their way up to the top on their back.
Yeah, man, but can you imagine?
Look at Hollywood coming unglued.
Can you imagine Charlie Rose exposing himself to you if you're a young 25-year-old girl? I mean, this guy's like, he's wrinkled up like the Dead Sea was dead. I mean, he looks like an old mule out to rest.
You go back and you dig up some of these bodies that have recently expired, and moved on to another realm. And I'm sure there's a lot of dirt on them, but people aren't going to come out and say, oh, Michael Jackson did that, or Walter Cronkite did this, or, Humphrey Bogart, blah. And, I'm sure Dean Martin. And,
Well, Earl Flynn, Marvin Belli, the
on.
great attorney Marvin Belli
and
represented
we all loved them.
Earl Flynn
They
and
got a
Tyrone Power.
fetish,
And Earl Flynn and Tyrone Power, they both had their fetishes. So did the Marx brothers. They used to lock them up in cages after each. Hey man, I don't have a pirate tooth anymore. Look at that.
Whoa!
But I got this little retainer because I gotta get a thing stuck up in my jaw, screwed up in there. I got to get my mouth screwed.
Whoa!
Oh, yeah.
I had a girlfriend in high school like that wore a retainer. I'm sorry, a training bra.
All right. Did she get her mouth screwed?
As far as you know.
Yeah, well, I'm glad I know that. I'm going to get my mouth screwed.
Are they going to drill a post in it?
Yes, they are going to put a big post, and it's going to be a big post. And
Is it SAE or metric?
I don't know, but it's going to feel real good, and they're going to put a cap on it. But in lieu of that, I got this tooth here, right? I
Right.
feel like Mike Tyson.
You
right?
can't tell
Well,
unless you said something.
You can tell a little bit when I talk. I'm not this you can. Anyhow, so back to the topic at hand here. Why the stars of the past had really torrid history, okay, and they just weren't caught. But society has changed to the point now. Do you think that this is becoming a giant witch hunt?
I wish they would prosecute the fake accusers, like they've come out about, something would, and the chick admitted she lied about that. Witch hunt. I mean, you don't hear anything about, Charles Bronson, Harvey Keitel, John Wayne, Clint Eastwood. Why?
Well,
Clint Eastwood's still alive.
He's still alive. He's 86, 87 years old. No, 89. 88, 89.
But I'm just saying, will no one come out against someone who's already in the ground because they don't want to, not have his rebuttal?
And Washington's going through the same thing, man.
Good.
They're cleaning the swamp over there. All these
Good.
sexual deviants and perverts.
Good.
Like this Moore guy. I don't know about Moore yet. I don't know, but boy, he's got people coming out of the woodwork. He's the first guy that said, "Hey, I didn't do it, and I'm going to fight you."
Versus someone like Gene Simmons from Kiss that says, "Yeah, I did do it. It's part of me being one of the biggest rock bands on the planet."
Yeah,
and that's what you expect when you want to get backstage.
That's right, groupies.
Yeah.
But it's all about the moolah.
It's about something. It's about something that they want to get.
Penis envy.
Maybe so. Maybe these old farts that come out in the shower naked and like to expose them, like Matt Lawler. He exposed himself twice, and he's a young guy. But here's a mistake that they make, and I'm going to solve. Look, I'm going to teach you now.
I'm going to take notes. Who's got a pen?
Ladies and gentlemen, because this is for both. I'm going to teach you, if I can say that word, teach. I can't. Teach.
Yeah, see?
Teach. This is too much tongue. Right? Well, that's what she said. Okay. I'm going to show you. Different word.
Oh.
I'm going to show you. I even show you. Show you. Oh, yes, I'm going to show you. Right? You know what I'm going to do?
You're taking it out.
Out!
Ah.
That's out! Now I can say teach.
Let me have looked at your grill.
Yeah, back to pirate. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, back to pirate again. Okay, now I can speak. My goodness.
There was a joke in high school.
Yeah.
If a hooker had two mouths, she could whistle while she worked.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, now check it
Another
out.
service I provide.
I'm going to show everybody how they can have sex with their employees or their workmates and not get in trouble. it's something that I realized and learned a long time ago because I've been in the entertainment business my whole life. So here it is. Take notes. Ladies, men, goes either way these days. Never have sex or any kind of relations with a fellow employee unless they have more power. What's going on there?
Paul the plumber.
Paul the plumber's calling.
All right.
No, don't answer that.
Yes.
I'm trying to.
Or maybe we should answer that because
Yes,
he's
we
a fan
should.
of the show.
Please.
But we can't hear him.
Yay, Polly.
Is he on a 7-second delay?
Hey, Paul the plumber, you're on the Jesse T show. What are you doing, buddy? I know you're calling me for the money for the Paul the plumber job. Yeah, you see, he wants his money.
I will be your assistant for half the rate.
Yeah, I am on the radio TV, yeah. And you are too. We got you plugged in using my cell phone. I figured I'd just bring you on and drag you out for a few more days before I have to pay you. No, he's Paul the plumber, man. That guy's got hands the size of, muscle-bound hands, like Popeye. I don't want to mess with this guy. He wraps his hands around some big pipe. Sorry, man. I had to say that because it's just the joke aligned itself perfectly. Hey, don't worry about it. I've been wrapping my hands around small pipe my whole life. Well, I hear you. That's true. But hey, look what's up, man, real quick. I can. And that $300 is coming to you by way of pigeon. No, I'm playing. I'll call you after the show, buddy. Paul the plumber, man. If you ever need a plumber, Paul the plumber. Hey, let's give you an advertisement. You got a number for people to call? 661-618-4731. Say that number again. 661-618-4731. This guy's the best plumber. I'm serious, guys.
661-618-4731.
This guy is the best plumber that you could ever have. He's honest, he's genuine, he works hard, and he knows his stuff.
I know the 3 rules of plumbing.
What are they?
Left is hot, right is cold. Shit flows downhill, and I get paid on Friday.
Thanks, Paul. Talk to you later, brother. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Bye,
Okay,
Paul.
Okay.
Our first caller.
Woo!
And
Hey.
he's laying pipe.
And digging trenches with it.
Oh man, he's a hole digging kind of guy.
As the farmer said to the hoe, can you dig it?
That's right. We're talking drilling deep here. Can't believe I took my tooth out on the air. Now I got to hold it. It's terrible. Okay, so let me just tell you. If you are at work and you fall in
Don't put it in your hip pocket. It might bite your ass.
Yeah, right. Oh. This is like the hey, I got to call Larry Cohen from last night
That was a
because
good
this
one.
is a killer movie right here, right? Right? The Retainer from Hell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm going crazy today.
That's all right. I can relate. I had a dog with a hair lip.
Really?
Yep. He went like this. Mark.
This show's turned
It's out of whack. We need Michelangelo Black.
Yeah, that's right.
Mark. He couldn't put his lips together to say the B.
Okay, so what you do is this is what you do. Okay, if you're an employer,
Yes.
all right, you never have sex with an employee that's subordinate to you. Never, ever, or
You don't
even
date down the line. You date
even
up.
straight across. You don't date straight across. You only date up.
That's what I did in Young and the Restless for 8 years.
Yeah, you only date
I
up.
was tapping Jill up at Jabot.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
So,
She's on oxygen and a cane now.
yeah, well, that
Gonna
was
be
a
a
long
walker
time ago,
soon.
man.
Christopher Walker.
She was old then. Huh?
Nah.
No,
she's
she
good.
wasn't. She was, yeah.
There ain't one of those spider webs in that thing.
No. So that's what you do. You see, guys,
I love you,
guys, you never date an intern. You never date your assistant. You never go out and have dinner or lunch or a soda pop afterwards with anybody that's at less of a level than you. Only date up. And that goes for women too. You only date up. Now, you do that. You will never, ever get caught for anything that you do. Does that make construe?
Never, ever.
Oh, the
It's
chances are
slim
because
to none.
the person that you're dating up to has more to lose.
How about all these teachers that are sleeping with 14-year-olds?
Well, they're dating down.
No, the
Yeah, but
these
the
kids are
kid
dating up.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about you,
Well, I'm talking
whatever
about the
level.
kid, a
Well, no.
14-year-old that's just,
Yeah, but that's a juvenile.
31-year-old
Look, we're
MILF
not.
going, stay
hey,
after class.
hey.
I want to show you.
I'm not
How to
talking
erase a
about
board.
criminal
Say
stuff.
the-
I'm
say
talking
the-
about. I'm talking about adults.
Okay.
Okay.
Say the 2-syllable word with 1 syllable. Do not date below you.
Okay, there you go.
In other words,
Below.
don't shit where you eat.
Yeah.
At
So-
all,
so-
no matter what level you're.
Well,
Period.
no. If you let's say you're a general manager, okay, and you're a woman, okay, you don't date somebody who's a manager, whether they're a woman or a man, below you, okay. You
There's
don't
that word,
date.
below you.
You don't, and you just don't do that because that could be used against you. You're going to do something,
So if I'm the program director,
Right.
I can't date the general manager.
right?
Or if
You
I'm the
want
morning
to,
show
you
guy,
see, you want to date the general manager because you're the program director. You're dating up,
yeah, but that's
but
the program
if she's smart, she's not going to date down. Not in today's climate.
Well, what would prevent her from calling for sexual harassment against you?
No, you wouldn't. You're not following me.
No,
Follow
no.
me a second. Follow me.
Because it's-
Let's
it's
start
a
over
double-edged
again. Start over again. Start over again. Okay. If you now follow me. Okay.
Okay, I'm following.
I know this is difficult. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
I know. So, but I'm gonna clear it up. Okay. Let's use program director.
Okay.
Program director at a radio station.
Right,
Okay.
Right.
General manager is usually above the program director. Okay. And then okay. No, just everything.
Both.
Both. Okay. Payment, everything. They're the boss. They're the boss of the station.
Is
Okay.
the general manager.
And then there's somebody above them at the corporate level today, which is the boss of maybe 10 stations.
Right.
Okay. If you're the program director, you want to date the general manager. Okay? Because you're under them. So you're dating. But the GM can't date you because you just might produce a sexual harassment charge, some crazy activity.
I see that as it's a double-edged sword.
No, it isn't. No,
I do. Yeah.
no, because the general manager can't date down. The general manager has to date the regional director. The corporate.
I hear what you're saying.
I hear what you're saying.
There's chemistry.
No, forget chemistry. Matt Lawler
That's why I
blew
hate
$20 million a year on a job on chemistry. Forget that. $20 million a year. That's what you
Well,
get paid.
I don't know, man. Maybe it was that good.
No. It was good for him to expose himself
You know?
twice and walk out with a giant
Trade up
dildo.
on pay and trade down.
Down.
on south.
Yeah.
No, you
yeah.
can't. No, you can never go down.
Here's my philosophy.
You always go up.
Don't do it at all. Because it can come back to haunt
It's
you.
not going to happen.
It-
People are going to continue to do
Wait,
that.
there's
But
a
I'm
simple
saying, But
solution.
to prevent
What?
all of that's happening, you can't do it in the workplace.
Oh, but they're going to anyway. Come on, human
of
beings
course,
are. It's
but
going to
I'm just
happen.
saying,
And
then you're
today's
gonna be faced
litigious,
with what we got.
society and finger pointing society is going to get you. So if you have a superior point of reference over somebody else, you can't go down. That's the rule.
Percentage factor.
But-
what were you going to say?
I was going to say that the simple solution was mentioned by Mike Tyson. Don't have sex unless it's consensual.
On your mark, get set,
Go
consensual.
consensual. Hang
So aptly put by Mike Tyson.
on. Hang on. Hang on. Kind of like it.
Why are they clearing their throats?
Check me out.
Be razor.
Horny.
Lick a lotopus.
Hung long.
Crazy.
They are very cunning linguists.
Speaking several tongues.
Well, I think we need to move off this topic now.
Thank you very much. Caller, you're on the air. 424.
Date the general manager at the other radio station.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Like the competition.
There you go.
That's
Get
the
her
general
in trouble and get her job.
Yeah.
That's right. There we go. There she blows. Yes, there she blows. Yes.
There's
guys,
a saying,
Get,
I
get,
heard
get
it
Robert
today.
on the phone. We got to promote what he's doing, but go ahead.
Saying I heard today, he goes, do whatever you want, but don't get caught. But now the people that did whatever they wanted to are getting exposed because they did what was wrong and they slept with the wrong person. They forced themselves on the wrong guy or girl or whatever. And what is it? 70% of marriages end in divorce and 70% of them are initiated by the women.
Yeah.
What's up with that? No.
Why is it too? And this is just my observations, my dirty thoughts on a clean wall. Why are most of these people that are getting popped in Hollywood all lefties?
Gee, I
Wait
wonder.
a minute, I'm a southpaw. Uh-oh.
He just had a mani-pedi too.
Yeah, that's right. So why are they all lefties that seem to be getting popped
That's
in
a
Hollywood?
good question. Why?
Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Because our society over the last 40 years has gone so liberal that anything is okay. They don't believe in God, country, religion, flag, music, family, structure, dedication, accountability, responsibility. Why? Why is it the lefties seem the one that getting in trouble?
That's a good question. I can't wait for
In Hollywood, in
more
Hollywood.
evidence to come out.
Well,
about the
just
people
think
that
about them
are
all. I mean, I got a
involved with
running
that.
list. They're all
It's
lefties.
It's a pedophile industry that was, founded on the casting couch.
Yeah, but why are they lefties? Why are they
I
left
don't know.
wingers?
I
They're
think-
liberals. Forget it. Let's say liberals.
California's true.
Well, New York, they're liberal too. But in Washington, we get the liberals too are getting in trouble. Old man Clinton. Old man
Boy, did
River. Old
Sweep that
man.
under the rug. For
Oh, my
decades.
goodness.
I
Yeah.
did not have sex with that woman.
It depends on what your definition of if is or is or whatever he said. It was ridiculous. Guilty. And then they had one of the guys that finally came out off a sworn testimony where he was, bound by the legal system not to say anything after 35 years, said that, they had to keep bringing him out of the women's restroom and,
Are you talking Connors?
no, I'm talking about Clinton.
Oh, this
Bill.
guy, they didn't want to bend down in front
Back
of him.
when
The
he was in
housekeepers.
Arkansas when he was going for the governor.
The housekeepers of the White House didn't want to bend over in front of him. That was printed all up. The word was out. It's just like when Arnold Schwarzenegger used to live in the mansion in Malibu, right? His Malibu mansion. We have a family member that ran his household, hired all the maids and all of the help. Okay, that's what she did. And we heard the regular stories that when a new service provider, woman, maid, house cleaner, whatever, cook, whatever, was hired by the family, that Arnold would always walk out of the shower, his first thing, buck ass naked.
And say, it's not a tumor. Listen to me now and suck on me later.
And seriously,
Lay on your back. Watch out for the chopper. Go ahead.
so it seemed that was actually fairly good.
I know. Thank you very much.
Hey, Arnold, I want to know when we're gonna go out, huh? You and I.
I want to go back to the song by the people that created the movie with Cheech and Chong. They were in a drive-in theater, and in almost before the movie ended, they had to come to say, "Snack bar open next 15 minutes. After that, it's closed for the evening." And we go back to, remember?
I do.
Oh, that was such a good
Very,
one.
very funny.
Yeah.
You know, McDonald's is firing all their employees and putting up kiosks now because raising the minimum wage to $15 an hour.
IKEA just fired 150 something thousand or whatever.
There's a post up on the internet right now that where McDonald's has these fancy kiosks with your card, and you do all of your own ordering right there. There's no servers anymore, and they just give you the food. But but it's
so who
becoming
makes the
it's
food?
become
The computers?
No, the cooks are in the back, but they don't have any more servers.
And they even exposed Ronald McDonald got caught streaking, showing up as quarter pounder.
That
Wow.
right.
But they are bringing the food out to your table.
Yeah, but that's 5 or 6 jobs that are gone at the counter. Okay, and not only not only that, McDonald's is not just the only one that's doing it. If you look across the board, AI and robots are replacing everything. So if you are
Who started that?
if robots,
No, like, remember up in Seattle, they like, I want $15 an hour minimum wage. and then
the
within
assemblymen?
half
Oh,
a year,
yeah.
they were
That was the
fired
assembly.
and it started being automated.
that was the assembly. They and Jerry Brown,
Wow.
our great El Stupido Jerry Brown.
Nice.
Yeah, he started. He pushed for the wage to increase, and all the stupid people figured that they were going to get $15 an hour, and their life would be a better quality. But they didn't realize that they were going to lose their jobs because they're minimum wage jobs, and they're going to be replaced because
I'm so glad because a military guy makes approximately $2 or $3 more an hour for risking his life carrying a 90-pound knapsack and a weapon, living in a friggin' trench, eating K rations and stuff for weeks on end and can't shower, and you want to make $15 an hour flipping burgers?
yeah, well, they thought they were going to be able to make $15 an hour and
I don't
increase
get it.
their quality of life.
Let's get on welfare then and add a third more of the recipients in the last 8 years.
Well, that's what Trump is trying to get rid of.
Good.
And he's doing it.
And
I hope he
drug
gets them all
testing.
out. Hey, they should all be qualifying for a job. When I went on unemployment one time in my life, I was in between radio stations, and I had to check in once a week and provide evidence that I was out searching for a job, filling
Yeah,
out
me too.
applications, getting some sort of response back. I had to actually, otherwise they would not sanction my check.
I hear you.
I had to go sit in front of a counselor for 5 minutes and say, I talked to,
But you don't have to
I
do
talked to
that
Lee
now
Michaels,
if
I
you're-
talked to David Freilich, I talked to Dan the Man at these different places, and I had to give the phone numbers in case they wanted to follow up, which they
Yeah.
never did, but I had to do that.
You
and
don't
then all
have
of a-
to now
No.
if you're not from here.
All you got to do is have more babies.
$600 a month, ka-ching,
Ka-ching, ka-ching.
per child in your mailbox.
Right.
I just watched one of the original Scared Straights last night on YouTube.
Oh, the first ones?
the hour and
scared me
something.
straight.
Oh my god!
I remember that.
Yeah.
The first one.
Oh,
I said I wasn't going to be yelled at by anybody in
'cause
prison.
Like, I
wanting to
changed
punk
my
me.
mind. I thought you wanted to be a professional criminal before this, and yeah, I changed my mind, man. This ain't the place
The first
for
one.
me.
Right.
You know, I
But-
value my.
Hey,
my
but give me
tight
3
little
hots and a
starfish.
cot now because, hey, give me 3 hots and a cot now because I got air conditioning, heating, I got medical, I got food, I got sex, I got drugs, I got rock and roll,
Oh,
I got
yeah.
TV,
You
got
got
cable,
gym?
I got gin, I got camaraderie
a
ship,
gym.
I got a team that I'm part of, I got a family, I
There
got
you
new
go.
clothes.
Everything you can get out there.
I got a great life. If I ain't got no life, I'd rather be in there.
A lot of
Jailhouse
people
Rock.
that come out go right back in it. That statistic's
The
78,
recidivity
80%.
rate is 90%.
Wow.
They go back in within 2 years. They're back in. So, I mean,
That's
look
why
at,
the Greeks never won a war.
check it out. The
They wouldn't
bank,
leave their buddies behind.
That's right.
and they didn't leave their buddies behind.
They separated them with the crowbar.
Honky, honky, honk.
Actually, I thought that's what that big round shield was to do, to separate them.
Butt protector.
Yeah. Especially when they bent over. Hey, man, all they had is those little leather straps that were banging down, man. You were exposed.
Flaps.
I mean, they were exposing themselves to the enemy. You know what they did at Thermopylae?
Rotted the leather off of crotch nipple snatch Rice Krispies.
No. What they did is they exposed themselves to Persians.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's some pretty girls from Persia.
Well, so they just
got
kind
jungle
of, they
rock
went
there,
out
too.
there. They went out there and did this. Maybe that's part of our culture. Maybe it's a part of our DNA.
You know, if you go back far enough, we're all related.
I don't know about that.
You go back far enough,
I'm related.
you are related to yourself. I'm my own cousin.
Oh, well, I'd
It's
like to
crazy.
watch that.
We go back far
Lord.
enough on your family tree and lineage. I mean, how many people started the population of what's it called? Homo erectus.
Why do they call it Homo erectus?
Because that's how I feel in the morning.
Ah, okay. Your flagpole's
Homo
up?
sapiens.
That's a little too much, man.
And when did the homosexuals start? Now
I don't
they
know.
just found the remnants of the gay and the lesbian dinosaur bones buried up off of Massachusetts.
What were they
It's
doing?
on CNN.
What were they doing?
They're buried like in a 69 position.
Dinosaur bones?
Dinosaur bones. Just check out CNN right now.
So
Pull it up.
reptilians are gay?
They had they had some of
Because
them. not all
dinosaur
of them.
bones are reptilians.
The male ones were called the Megasaurasses.
Yeah.
And the female were the Licholotopus.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, check out CNN.
Is that my caller?
Yeah.
Is that give Robert a call? Robert,
I'm a
So
late-
guys, call in. Let's get some
now,
feedback going.
look it. Someone posted up to me the other day. They said to me, "What has gone wrong with our society? It's changed so much in 40 years, and everything is just upside down. Why do you think that is happening? What has happened in the last 40 years? Seriously, why are we at this point where we have to deal with all of this kind of what was taboo topics and off-color topics?" This profanity, like the Grammys. Why in the Grammys, all the top music is all the kill, rape, rob, cheat, bitch, hoe, all that stuff, and it's glorified with awards and millions of viewers. What's gone wrong with people, man?
You got to think who's glorifying it, first of all.
Everybody's glorifying
Not
it.
everybody. I don't.
Everybody glorifies the Grammys and buy those records.
I don't. How about the Tonys?
I mean,
Who
you got
glorifies that?
Jay-Z. He's almost a billionaire, and
So is Master P.
and every other word is fuck.
Of course. And who killed Tupac? And what happened to Michael Jackson?
But why? You know, I remember when gangster rap started. I was at K-Day, and my program director brought me into his office, and he said, "Jesse, we're going to have to let you go." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Because we're going to go really hardcore gangster rap, and we don't think you can do it." And I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, you know, I'm not black. Okay, I didn't think I could pull it off.
Whoa, wait a minute.
I didn't care, man. You pay me, lay me, you can make me. I don't give a
Seriously,
crap.
you're not black?
You didn't know that,
No.
man? Are
I
you
seen you in the
colorblind?
shower when there wasn't no hot water, bro.
Look, let me tell you,
lying.
these are purple shoes, man.
Woo!
Those
are
are
beautiful.
purple. Wait, what's on the bottom?
TP.
They're even glorifying them in football games. The quarterbacks. Tupac. Obama. Ric Flair. Check 55. Hike.
Dan, have you been having too much iced tea lately?
No, I think it was an acid flashback.
From
Hey,
what year?
let's bring on my pal here. We're gonna have him on the show here coming up. A great actor, Robert Leeshock. What's happening, buddy?
Woo! What's up?
Yo, Jesse T, all the way from LA to NYC. What's up,
Hey,
Jesse?
man, you are happening, buddy. We're gonna have you on the show here. Should I pop this out so they can hear him?
Yeah.
Okay, let's pop that out, and you push that. We're doing some popping and pushing here. Wait a second. All right, there we go. Yeah, now we've been asking this question, Robert. Can you hear us?
I can hear you, brother.
All right. Hey, the Shark Frelick's in the house, and Dan the Man's in the house.
How are you, Robert?
Hey, Rob.
Nice to meet you guys.
Hey, man. So we kind of been bouncing this question around right now, and that is, why is our society glorifying all this terrible curse language in rap music and all kinds of music that wins the Grammys all the time? What has happened to our society in terms of the overabundance of violence and hatred? And I mean, we've all lived on this earth long enough to know that there was another world in America at one time. And what has caused the change of all this? Why are we even dealing with some of this really disgusting stuff now?
Well, I guess we are a violent culture. We better look ourselves in the mirror because we elected a guy who promotes violence, and unfortunately, looks like it's like game on for everybody. It's kind of like the underbelly. You got to shine a light on it to bring some attention to it. but man, we are violent by nature, which is kind of disheartening because it's not all of us. It's just a fraction of us. But it's that old saying, a couple of rotten apples spoil the whole thing, right?
Well,
I love Michael Jackson.
I do agree with you, the violence of humanity, and we are a warrior type species. Absolutely, that's a historical fact. We're always committing violence and taking something from somebody else because we want it and we have the power and ability to do that. That's just the history right there. But especially in our country, way before Trump, we're going back to the Clinton administration. We're going back to the Bushies. We're going back to the Obamas.
Jimmy Carter.
We're going back to Jimmy Carter. We're going back. We can go back to the assassination of JFK, and just the violence. But in the last 35 to 40 years of my lifetime, people curse. People have no manners. They have no courtesy. People don't care about anybody else. They have no compassion. It's me, myself, and I. I'll take. If I can't take, I'll take until I can get it. It's not a crime until I'm caught. I mean, this is not how I was raised. Was this how you were raised, Robert?
No, sir. I used to think like, man, if you're just kind and compassionate, eventually you'll find, some of your same people. But, life tends to just beat you down, and you just got to stay, you got to lean positive. You can't be positive all the time because then you'd be like Mother Teresa. But you just you got to lean one way, and you got to lean towards the good, lean towards the light, because there's a lot of stuff coming down the pike that looks bleak. And I have to say, it's a struggle, but we got to keep fighting. You got to keep having the discussion and shining light in these dark places, because if you shine enough light in these dark places, you realize we gotta motivate the good people, right? The good people tend to stay silent. That's the problem. We gotta somehow find a way to get all the good people up and putting their hands in the air and shouting for peace, love, and understanding. I think that was Elvis Costello who said, "What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding?"
But you got these dudes and this chick that this judge just let off in terms of the charges against them, diminish some of the charges. These guys back east who beat a little Trump supporter, a white guy, but he was severely mentally handicapped, mentally deficient, and they beat him up so bad, and they were captured, and they're in trial now. But the judge quietly just reduced some of the penalty possibilities on these people. How could that possibly happen? How could that happen in our society in terms of that? I mean, is everybody just corrupt, David?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were talking to Robert.
Well, I'm talking to everybody in general.
Robert, what do you think?
Is everybody corrupt? I mean, it's kind of like, they say like character is revealed when nobody's watching, right?
Yep.
And it's one of these things like, as an actor, we have all these things in us, right? You have the capacity to do, to kill, maim, torture, whatever. And I guess if we recognize all these attributes in the human condition, maybe we won't be as freaked out about them. I don't know. I mean, I think we're all capable, but it's really, I guess, what's getting magnified these days that's a little scary, right?
Well, I'll tell you, man, some of these cats that are getting exposed are getting magnified, but I don't think there's much to see in some of them.
Let me chime in a little bit, because I'm parlaying off of what you just said, and it reminds me of one of our California officials, initials of NP, stating that if we just love and surrender and accept and praise the people that are breaking in, that want to kill us and murder us and rape our daughters and sons and take everything that we have, that they'll just put their weapons down and walk away peacefully. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, you're talking to a Second Amendment Second Amendment issues right here, because it seems like the bad guys always have the violence and the weapons to do their mass destruction.
And let me chime in. I think in the last 9 years, during the previous Democratic ruling, that someone in a very high position funded the enemy with dozens of billions of dollars in weapons and ammunition and funds to create what we now know as ISIS and ISIL that are against what America stands for.
Well, Fast and Furious was an Obama creation across the border in the cartels, and a lot of that weaponry did get infiltrated into the East, but the cartels certainly used it. But every president has had some issues with corruption within their body. You know me. I don't like any of the sons of a bitch.
Is it lobbyists and special interest groups, or is it Wall Street and they got their feet in the stock
It's
market?
5 major corporations and 5 major banks.
Foreign policies.
5 major corporations, 5 major banks, 5 major families that control everything and every destiny in this world today. And this is a plan that's been designed to disrupt and break up the concept of what America was, as far as I'm concerned.
And I've also heard that no matter if you vote or not, and no matter who you vote for, that whoever's in office was chosen by one of those 5.
The Bilderbergs. The
Trilateral
Bilderberg
Commission. So let me ask
every
you,
2 years,
they
the
wanted
Bilderberg.
Trump to beat Hillary?
Yes, of course they did.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of reasons. That's a whole nother
That's
show.
what baffles me, because I think
the criminal Hillary, we couldn't put her in. I mean, all the crap's coming out about
she's done
Sweet Bill.
nothing wrong, brother.
No, absolutely not. Robert, man, you got a great show coming out. You got a great film happening right now. Tell me about it real quick.
Congrats.
Yeah, buddy. We made a movie. It's called Starleaf. It's 2 words, Starleaf. It's about E.T. Weed.
It's weed and PTSD issues, right?
Right. So basically, it's a sci-fi psychological thriller about marijuana, aliens, and soldiers with PTSD.
Nice.
I think that's about half the population of California.
The tagline for the movie is "Some highs are out of this world."
That's cool. This is your first indie project, right? That you're actually doing.
Yeah. So it's the first time I've ever produced something. So it's like my first independent feature.
So we're going to have Robert on the show here on the 19th of December. We're going to talk all about the stuff he's doing. You know, you remember him from the early 2000s and Earth's Final Conflict. He was one of the main leads in that, and that ran, and it was a great TV series that was going on there. He's done a whole bunch of stuff.
It was part of the Star Trek franchise.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, maybe not as popular as like Next Generation or what are some Star Trek Next and Deep Space Nine. But it was a good run. You know, I got introduced to the whole, Gene Roddenberry philosophy, and I realized that the sci-fi fans are so loyal that I figured I'd stay in the genre and try and give them something, a little contemporary. So what we do is we kind of have fun, we poke fun. We're a little goofy and weird, and then we get serious because we're actually dealing with, the issue of soldiers wrestling with their demons and being addicted to opioids as well.
Hey, man, December 19th, guys, check him out. Go to his IMDb site. You got all the info of what's happening in his life, and you can contact him through there. And let me give you the name of Robert. I'll spell his last name. That's Leeshock, Leeshock. Robert, big baby. We're going to have you on there. We're going to be having some fun. Thanks a lot, man, for hanging out with us and doing a little roundup, pal.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Nice to meet you guys. Have fun, all right?
On your film, brother.
All right, brother.
See you,
Thanks a
Rob.
lot. You see, one of the problems that we have is that we in California especially, I think one of the issues is that California has been just beaten down so much and brainwashed in terms of the population that lives here that we just about accept anything as the status quo. And you go with the flow kind of thing in California. But I'll tell you, this flow is getting way out of hand with all the stuff that's going on. I mean, when is Clinton and Obama going to get thrown in prison? When is this going to happen, especially for the Clintons? I mean, what do they got to do to get themselves thrown in prison? Seriously. Damn, man, you'd be in prison if you just did a scratch of what they did.
Well, we've given in to a permissive society, and I'm suffering from PMS, positive mood swing.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's just amazing with the stuff that they get away with. The stuff they get away with is how do you fight that, David?
It's like, it's the reason, like, oh my God, like, you know, like why Valley girls take 2 birth control pills.
And why is that?
It's because, you know, like, for sure, like, you know, because, like, you know, like, so they can be like for sure.
They have a new men's pill.
What do they call it?
You put it in your shoe, and it makes you go limp.
I don't want one of those. But yeah, California, isn't it the leading state for the transgender, he, she, it, other, bi, curious, tranny? I mean, it's like, I'm from the South, and there's certain states that no matter what the law says, you're going to get your ass whooped if you dress up like a girl and go into the bathroom where my little 8-year-old is using a restroom, for example. There's other places that are like welcome you in there because they like the tapping on the floor and the experiment and aren't you curious? And
I mean, they're allowing these people to teach in elementary schools and give their points of view in elementary schools. It's absolutely disgusting to me. Look, you want to be transgender, a he, she, or she, he, or you don't know what you want to be. You want to be something today, something tomorrow. You want to switcheroo, do the flip floppers, whatever you want to do. You want to be gay, you want to be lesbian, bisexual, you want to be heterosexual, you want to. I don't care what you want to do. But just do it in your own privacy.
And don't tell me that I have to do it.
And don't force it on me. The problem that I have is that there's an agenda. There's an agenda behind...
It's homogenizing.
Behind
society.
The change of America. And I have said this lately more than I have ever said it, is that this country is great for a reason. And it's not great for any of the bullshit reasons that they talk about on regular news. It's great because this country forged people together under one language, under one basic ideology, and we all moved like a giant iceberg in one direction, unified together to accomplish whatever task we needed to accomplish to prevail and become the greatest country in the world.
Amen, bro.
Okay? And all this segregation, all this disenfranchise, all of this stuff is just a plan. It's a plan to destroy, disrupt, and disillusion people. And if you
disagree, you're a racist, you're a homophobe, you're Islam of this, you're a Xena this, you can't do that, you're whatever, because you don't agree with them that preaches tolerance, yet they don't have tolerance when they have someone with a different point of view.
Hey, look at, I've always said this.
But we have to agree.
The guys that don't want the wall up, the guys that want immigration to stay the same, the guys and gals that can't seem to get this. I always say this: at 3 o'clock in the morning, when some ass kicks your door down, you're in bed with your significant other, whoever that may be. They come in and they beat one of you silly with a baseball bat, and they hold the other one and get your kids and say, "Give me all your money, give me your car, give me everything you got." You're going to damn well wish you had an AK-47 or an AR-15 at that point. And if you don't, you are a coward.
Or what you had a couple weeks ago, a nice Model 1911 for close range, or a Smith & Wesson 29-244 Magnum that Clint Eastwood so proudly yielded in. Make my day, punk. Do you feel lucky? But yeah, if they want to take that away from us, so only the criminals can have guns.
Oh yeah.
That would make perfect sense.
Oh, it's perfect sense. The bad guys get the weapons of mass destruction.
Because that's why they're bad guys in the first place. Because they're breaking the law. Because they're criminals.
That's right. Just look at Chicago.
Yeah, it works great. Democratic ruled.
Right. Just look at MS-13. Until Trump came in and started busting down MS-13, they run amok in this city. They run amok in this community. I seen them when they first started.
Sex slave and prostitution.
Oh, they're all into that
drugs,
now.
Weapons.
But would they arrest like 200 to 500 now across the nation?
Don't worry about it. It's okay. We live behind gated communities
Yeah.
with armed security.
Go figure this one. The
you
superstars
can't
of our
have it.
superstars of our country
Yeah.
live behind 20-foot walls with professional dogs that will take you down with one bite, and full 24-hour security cameras, and ex-SEAL Team 6 guys protecting them. But yet they'll go down to L.A. and protest no guns. Let immigration be the way it is. But don't worry, I'm going to go home to my 20-foot wall. Okay.
You know why? And I'm going to ask Dan the Man. You remember 2-ton Tony Galenta and all these Gambinos, my paisans on the East Coast around Atlantic City? Well, why do you think they carry a piece?
Because as Joe Louis once said, I thought I had to fight one when I took the fight.
That's some deep shit there, Dan the Man.
Very intense.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Anyway, come out for lasagna. We got a special going on tonight.
On that, I'm going to put my tooth back in. Okay. All right. I got her here.
I got to go. My steak's cooking.
What gets me is talking about cooking. Let me switch real quick to what would happen if all these people in the gay nightclubs or the restaurants in either Florida or Baltimore or France or England or this and that had weapons. Not only the bad guys, but what if some of the patrons did? Would it be a
I'll
different
tell you.
story? Would there be the latest one in Texas? The guy had a gun in his truck. He heard gunshots. He came back and capped the guy. And if he wouldn't, 26 people would have turned into twice that.
All right.
But nah, you can't talk sense into some people.
Hey, don't worry. The
Live the illusion.
Avengers are here, and the Justice League will save us.
Gotcha. And you can call 911, and within maybe 20 minutes, a half an hour, your help will be at your door.
Who do you think would win? The Justice League or the Avengers if they fought each other?
Yes.
I think I have a better crew that could whoop both their asses.
United States military.
Fred Flintstone, the Road Runner, Elmer Fudd, Scooby-Doo, the Tasmanian Devil, Mighty Mouse, Gigantor, and Johnny Quest could kick all of them.
Yeah,
That's Team America.
Whoa, I love that movie.
Team, oh, isn't that great? With the dolls. Team, what's the song? How does the song go?
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah! Fuck
You
yeah!
haven't seen Team America. It's a $60 million puppet movie.
It's
But
one
you
of
get the
greatest-
director's unrated cut.
Oh
You'll
yeah,
see some
it
pictures.
is really great. Okay,
Lollipop.
hey, we gotta go.
How much time we got?
Well, say bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Happy last Wednesday in November. We got a month left in this year, so spend your time well.
Everyone be prepared to go way up yonder with the Lord.
Right on, man. The Jesse T Show, round up, wound up. Yeah! Next week we'll be here and we'll be ready for you. Are you ready for us? The world according to Torello, you're straight on the point. Boom, baby. See ya. Round Jimmy, Call of Duty. Hey.